You haven't seen her damn water bottle? It's like fucking 2
gallons. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Spook Coast to Coast.
Joy called me a fish. And I say a mermaid.
Mermaid, yeah, sorry, my bad.
If you say the word gay fish, you may get sued, okay? So just warning you right now.
Like, we're not friends anymore.
No, man. I drink a hell of a lot of water and it helps me to have a headache. Thank you guys for being on here.
Thank you.
We're a little tad bit behind.
Everyone, I have joined the cult, the Stanley cult. So
he's a stan now.
I am a stan.
I know Whitney. Hold on. Whitney, I know I was supposed to message you back. I will message you back. This week has been crazy with back to school. Yeah. And we just came back from a birthday party, so
Chuck E. Cheese's, man, you guys.
Chuck E. Cheese, pay me, please.
Yeah, like we're struggling.
You guys are popular. Lots of birthday parties.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Like us for some reason.
Yeah.
I wonder why people. Because they're cool.
I'm like,
they like our kids. You know what it is? Our kids are super nice. I swear to God, everybody loves our kids, and we are blessed that they are fantastic. So I cannot complain. Thank God.
We're the Fantastic Four.
We are the Fantastic Four. No, I'm playing. All right. So we were talking to our guest backstage, and I was saying, if this side of my face looks like somebody punched it, it's because I have a headache, and then like this side of my
now forehead, I feel bad.
And so backstory. I was fine last night. I talked to Joy on a live. Joy went investigating.
It's his fault.
No. I like that because I practice, right? So I like when people hit me up when they're in their locations investigating, because I get to practice my intuitive skills and say what I pick up, what do I see. I do it like that with watching like ghost shows also. Like it happens to work out. So I was talking to Joy, and I was fine then. We came back home. I think I was fine. But like throughout the night, I guess when I went to sleep, I woke up, and I don't know. Then I was just like, damn, I have a headache. Well, sometimes I get headaches during full moons. It was a full moon last night also, so it could be that.
Yeah.
But then this morning when I woke up, I was like, I'm gonna take a shower, and then I take off my crystals when I take a shower because I don't wet these. My labradorite, which is like my baby, because it was my first labradorite bracelet.
It's gonna get better. It's gonna get worse.
Fucking snap.
See?
It snapped. It broke all over my bathroom counter, and I was like, is this the cause of my headache? So
now I feel worse. Thanks, Jeff.
I don't think, because I didn't pick up anything bad from your spot or whatever.
Yeah. But she said, you guys, it was really early in the morning.
Yeah, my highlight, if you guys have seen me and my bracelets.
And his broke, and I didn't know that.
My white highlight bracelet.
Yeah, it was
weird. So the bracelet, these are typically like a clear cable or whatever. It was all brown, which is weird. I don't shower with these or wash my hands with them or whatever.
Oh, thank you, Shannon. Aw.
It's weird. I have a headache as well, but it's because of Chuck E. Cheese. It's not because of
yeah.
Chucky hasn't entered in my life when I got my headache.
I think if you're a Yankee fan, it wouldn't have broke.
And look at Mono's like, shut the hell up.
He likes the Yankees.
I have adopted the Yankees. When
okay.
my Marlins decided to sell everybody, I jumped with Stanton from the Marlins to the Yankees. So.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you. Oh, you're off the wall? Good luck, girl. Off the Wall is another birthday place here.
Yeah.
It's a trampoline place. What's up, Perry? Shannon?
They're dangerous.
Well, I'm sorry you have a headache. I feel really bad now.
We're gonna manage right through, guys. We're here for y'all.
So so our guest was saying that maybe it had something to do with his location. Could be, because we do have weird things that happens when we have like guests. We have like haunted places. Remember Sophie from the Convent Tattoo.
Sophie, we love you.
So every time I was trying to get post not her stuff, but the show info and stuff like that. Even setting up the show,
Right.
Yeah.
something was always wrong. It was like, instead of, I don't know, I would write 3 o'clock and it'll literally post with another number, and I was like, I didn't write that.
I remember you telling me that. You're like, you got to take it down. And I'm like, what happened to the story?
It happened to me like 4 times, and I was like, I'm over this shit. I was like, tell your friends back there, your invisible friends, chill out. And she was like laughing because she was like, this always happens. And I was like,
Oh my gosh.
what the heck, dude?
Yeah. I don't know.
Thank you, Chris and
How much
Oren.
do you guys want to bet Jen has a little protection behind the screen?
Oh,
She's
sure.
not playing.
They're paying. Joey looking like a
Thank
swole.
you.
Yeah, Joey's looking
Swole as usual. Yeah, his head.
What's up, Cheaty McGreedy? Cheaty McGreedy. All right, Joy, do you want to introduce?
Joy, we give you the pleasure of introducing our guest.
I'll introduce if you want.
Yeah, because I am not prepared. You're usually the one to do that.
All right.
I'm like,
All right.
it takes me a minute to think.
Today we have a special guest, Brian Bateman. I wonder if you are related to
Jason Bateman.
Jason
That's
Bateman.
One of the best actors out there right
I love
now.
Jason Bateman.
He's fine.
He's a former comedy writer who discovered subtle synchronicities and things happening when he moved into his now home in 2020. What was that? Damn, I forgot. Oh, 2024, from Fort Worth, Texas. And the home also now has been inspired, and it's a book that's out now, written by Jennifer. I don't know how to say her middle name, but
Brasington.
Crowley. Yes. And the book is called Ghostwriter. So let's introduce Brian.
Yay.
Brian.
Hey.
Thank you for being here.
How are you? This is exciting, man. This is
Yeah,
the first multi people I've had doing a podcast. So this is super cool. Yeah.
So
thank
Already
you for
over
the
here.
introduction.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm excited for sure.
Yay.
Cool.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Joy.
Go ahead, Joy.
Well, I'm excited to hear the stories. I want to hear all about it.
Okay, so let me just start from, I'm going to tell the story from where it kind of makes sense from the background of where I was at to when we moved into the house, where I found out okay, I'm living in this house for a purpose. So in 2007, I was a stay-at-home dad. My wife's career kind of took off. My career didn't really do anything. So we, I was working full time to pay childcare basically.
Yeah.
So, I was like, all right, fine. I'll just stay home. I'll raise the kids. It was great, but when you come from working full time with the, adults, and then you got to be a stay-at-home dad with these little kids, it's like you miss that kind of interaction with adults, not that I'm because I'm a kid at heart, so I love playing with the kids and doing all that stuff, but it's just you use something for yourself. So I'd always been creative. I was a former musician. I'm a drummer, and I always had something for that creativity and that outlet. So in the early 2000s, when I was a stay-at-home dad, I actually ended up getting a job writing comedy for a guy named 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗀𝗃 in Cincinnati, Ohio, 700 WLW radio. So I was, doing the thing with the kids, but I was also, making some money on the side to contribute to the family that I felt good about. And I had a passion for it, man. I loved writing comedy. I was good at it. He bought a lot of my stuff. So I was making money. It was a perfect scenario. So in 2007, Gary retires. So I was really super bummed because my whole creative outlet was just gone. I had nothing to express that creativity anymore. So that year I got a 4-leaf clover tattoo on my wrist. I don't know why I got a 4-leaf clover tattoo. I just thought it was a symbol of luck. And I think I needed luck for a new job that year, to find another writing job that would work for my life and make some money and have some, fun, whatever. But also as a reminder that this is a symbol that, I'm lucky to be where I'm at in life, because a lot of people aren't being, given the opportunity to be a stay-at-home dad, what a great opportunity, to be able to raise my kids. Cause I know there's a lot of, parents working full time, then the kids go to childcare. And so, I wasn't trying to have a pity party for myself. You know, I was like, all right, things could be a lot worse, but I did miss that outlet, that creative outlet, right? Ripped from me. So anyway, fast forward to 2024 when we bought this house. When my wife first showed me this house, like when I walked in the door, I was instantly drawn to this house. I told my wife almost immediately, I can live here. I can see myself living here. I felt comfortable here. I felt like it was just my house. I like, yeah, this is great. This is amazing. Let's get this, you know. And it was between this house and another house in the neighborhood. But I was like, no way we're going to get the other house. It's this house. I don't know why I felt so strongly about this house, but I felt super strong about this house. So once I started getting into the home, the first thing that we knew, like something was a little weird, was when my dog wouldn't sleep in our bedroom. You know, people talk about animal behavior and cats and dogs picking up on certain things. I always heard that, but I never had experienced that until we lived into this house. So like my dog, he's a 10-year-old dachshund. He always slept on the floor in his bed, and all of our other houses, no problem. This house, for some reason, he'd always go to the front of the house into what we call like the den or the TV room now, every night. So we got sick of him like walking around all night and going to the front. So we closed the door on him. But when we closed the door on him, he'd scratch frantically to get out of the bedroom and then go back to the den every night. And so that was like, we were like, okay. So I actually found the son of a couple people who passed away here on Facebook, because he actually ended up giving us the original chandelier to the house. He ended up coming to the house and telling us about when he grew up here and stuff. And it was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was great. And then he gives us the original chandelier that the house, you know, had since 1911.
I love it. Yeah, that's cool.
I restored it. We got it rewired. It's hanging in the original spot. It's working perfectly. You should see the picture of it when I had before they renovated the house, because it was like black. It was covered in smoke, and it was just it was so in such bad condition. So when the renovators, they were gonna, I think, throw it away. But the son of the people who passed away here, I'll tell you why. Anyway, there's a connection with him still to this house with Walt. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But you know, he was like, no, don't throw that away. I'll take it. And he didn't know what to do with it, but he stuck it in his garage. He ends up giving it to us. We restore it and we put it back up.
Oh,
so,
nice. That
was
cool.
that was a really
cool.
it was an amazing thing to be able to have in this house. But so anyway, so once we move in, you know, the dog behavior was definitely an initial thing. So I asked him, I said, I was like, is this house haunted?
Well, by the way,
my wife was like, my wife said, you don't even know this guy. I'm like, I don't care. I don't know this guy, because our dog is acting like he's never acted in his life. He's going to the front of the house. There's something weird here. So I want to know if he knows of anything weird here. So he was gracious enough to not be think I was a crazy guy. And he said, I don't know if the house is haunted. So he lived here from probably the early 60s to about the early 80s.
Okay.
He said, I don't know if the house is haunted, but I do know that my parents were dog lovers, and they both passed away in the family room. That's where my dog would go every night, into the family room.
Where the parents passed away in the family room.
So it's almost like he was going to see them. Not that he was scared of our room.
Yeah. He wanted to go to them.
And that kind of I was like, wow. So, and we've had a lot of activity in that room Harold, so I told you about I'm a former comedy writer. I got the 4-leaf clover tattoo in 2007. Well, so I started doing some serious investigating in the house, as far as not paranormal, but history investigations of who lived here. And I found out that Harold was a former writer for the Fall River News in Massachusetts, which is home of Lizzie Borden, which he actually saw Lizzie Borden walking down the street being taunted by the kids doing the Lizzie Borden took an axe and gave her mother 40 wax chant. I have the article to prove that he actually witnessed that. And he was a writer for the New York Times. He was a writer for the Denver Post, the San Francisco Chronicle, and the Fort Worth Star-Telegram here in Fort Worth, Texas. He wrote a column called It's Only Money with Harold Monroe. It was a daily column here for probably 20-something years. but Harold passed away in my family room on March 17th, 1977, which is St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ah.
Wow.
Nice.
And you guys were both writers.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like you had that connection.
So
The
I was drawn to this house.
Yeah.
Harold was a former. I felt like Harold brought me here to write this book and tell this story. Does
Yeah.
that sound crazy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that
yeah.
sounds cool. Like,
No.
it
Yeah,
sounds,
that sounds very cool. Yeah.
Listen, there's nothing that sounds crazy to us. We
Okay.
investigate them.
True.
and like that's the reason why it called you. The house was calling you, like you felt like it was yours from the
Comfortable,
beginning.
yeah. It was because you said there was between that one and another one.
And I didn't understand it at the
Mhm.
beginning of why I was so drawn to this house because I
Yeah.
found out
Yeah.
about the Harold stuff after that, right?
Yeah.
Now, I think we did realize that somebody had passed away here. Now that I'm thinking back before, because like I think we were like looking up the address and we did come across Harold's wife, Martha, who had passed away here. Well,
Mhm.
Martha passed away here also in my family room from what the son told me. So Harold passed away March 17th, 1977 in the family room, and his wife Martha passed away October 31st, 2009 in the family room.
Wow.
October 31st is
Halloween, yeah.
Halloween.
March
Question.
17th is St. Patrick's Day. And I also have another death the day after Christmas in the house that I'll tell you about in a
Was
little
it
bit.
was it in the family room?
No. It was in my bedroom, I think.
That family room is lit. Something wrong there.
I know. I'm like, I don't know about that family room.
Yeah.
We'll stay
okay.
small.
So once I moved in and I found that out about Harold, I felt this strong, like crazy, obsessive connection. So I start researching the house and I joined newspapers.com. I joined ancestry.com. You know, even though it costs money, I'm like, I got to do it. I got to find out.
Right.
So I would research 6, 7, 8 hours every day, all day. Like, I mean, even on vacation, I was researching. I would send stuff to my kids when I'd find stuff. My daughter, I got her involved in the research. She'd send stuff to me that she found. She actually found the death of 𝗿𝗏𝗃𝗀𝐾 in our bedroom. Like, I didn't even catch that. She found it. So, like, I love talking to people like you because I think the more eyes on things, the
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you're serious investigators and you're not just out to sensationalize everything. Because I found a lot of these groups sometimes want to sensationalize everything and they want to talk about everything as a demon. And everything.
Oh no.
Yeah. And
Yeah, that's how I feel. Yeah.
what we've experienced in this house is anything but a demon. So, you know, everything we've had, there have been some scary situations for sure, but, you know, oh, you're all still here? Are we still here?
Yeah, no, we're good.
Yeah.
Mondo was saying something. Thumbs up to the
Sometimes
chat.
I'll freeze up.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm running on an Ethernet connection right now in Walt's room where Walt passed away. So where I'm sitting right now is actually where Walt literally passed away in his bed. Because his bed used to be right here where I'm sitting. We have a piece of furniture here now with my computer, but I broadcast from Walt's room because the router's here, so I can put the Ethernet directly in with the cord to the Surface. So I'm running like almost a gig of internet speed, basically, is what I'm saying. And the Surface handles everything as far as program wise. So if y'all experience some weird stuff on your end or things that it might happen, I'm just telling you. So, but yeah, that's.
I have a question for you before you start, because I've been writing stuff down since.
Me
you
too.
stopped.
Yeah.
Well, I have one question about the houses because this happened to us when we were house hunting.
Yeah.
So you were drawn to this house. Was there any house when you were? How many houses did you look at? Do you remember? Like,
Just 2.
Only 2? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
on the same neighborhood, the other one.
Yep.
But then he was like, no, it has to be.
You're
this
like that one.
It was like 2 streets over from this house, and it was between that house and this house. And I didn't even like I didn't want to hurt my wife's feelings by saying like 'cause she really liked the other house too and saw the potential, but I was like, you know, I kind of like on this one I was going to get my way no matter what.
Yeah.
That's mine.
And and I'm sorry to take the reins here, but did you feel like, I know you said this is the one, but you felt like a purpose, like it gave you a purpose to be there?
Yeah.
No. So this is the one, like I felt like this is my home. And then once I started researching and I found out about Harold, then I'm like, okay, this is why I'm here. And then I got to find out more about what's going on in this house. And then that's when I found out about what happened on our street. And yeah, so it's like, it's almost like, you know, Harold brought me here because like, and then we'll get into a little bit, again, I could talk to you for 5 hours. So I know it's an hour and a half, but you don't like, I've been completely obsessed with this whole thing. And I have all these different theories now and things that possibly make sense. So it's like, because Harold's name wasn't Harold originally, his original name was Prince Monroe Carlisle.
Wow, that's
He changed
fancy.
his name to Harold Monroe after abandoning his family out east.
He sounds like a vampire.
Sounds like European, like royalty.
But he was a religious man, though.
Oh
Okay.
wow!
So
Did he come from like a rural background?
Right? Yeah, that's a
no.
That was
He
just
was born in Massachusetts. He was like one of 19 kids. I think he was like the 17th out of 19. His name was Prince Monroe Carlisle, and he was born in 1905 in Massachusetts. His first writing job was for the Fall River News when he was like 18. That's when he would see Lizzie Borden walking down the street getting taunted by kids. And the reason I know that is I have an obituary from a coworker of his at the Fort Worth Star-Telegram who was telling memories of how he knew Harold and stories Harold would tell him. And Harold would always tell him about the Lizzie Borden thing. And he'd always tell him about his front page story in the New York Times when he told the world that DuPont invented nylon, apparently. And apparently DuPont wasn't too happy with him breaking that story. After he broke that story, that's when he disappeared for 3 years.
wow.
Yeah. Yep. So anyway, I don't even know where. So like, do you see why my mind gets so like pulled in all these different?
No,
Listen, it's either the ADHD. I have it. All.
my fault. What happened is, I don't think you mentioned that before. So do you see like, do you guys see shadow people in your?
No. So far, we have not seen like a shadow person. We have not been scratched. We have not been poked. We have not been anything like terrifying. Now we post orb videos, or I post orb videos that people will like go crazy on. And I know in the paranormal world, it's like dust, bug, orb. Yeah. So, but you know, I'm not a paranormal investigator. So if I see something cool I ended up putting cameras in my rooms because like I was trying to figure out like and try to see if something was going on in these rooms, right?
Yeah.
So I have 2 Wise cams. I have one in my family room and one here in Walt's room. And I've caught some pretty interesting pulses of light that have gone by. And because I know dust, I know bugs, because I've seen enough of this footage to kind of decipher a little bit of, you know, between the difference of what is, you know, so, but anyway, I'll throw those up there. And if y'all, you know, take a look at them, you can debate them all you want. I'm not saying they're paranormal. I'm just putting them up there because I don't know what they are. So, you know, if it looks interesting to me, like I said, I'll put it up there. And there's some definite ones that are like, you're like, wow, that's a little different than the typical, you know,
Orbs are hard. I think
they are.
Yeah, they're very hard.
I believe. Again, I don't want to get into that whole, you know, I'll just throw it out there. I throw a few up there.
Yeah,
I it out. You know what I mean?
I would too. And then,
it is neat though that you are still getting these interactions and just to further prove what you're saying, it's obviously not demonic. It's not anything evil. It's you have you know the folks that had spent a lot of time in this home, you know, and this was their place that they felt safe and where they were day to day. Of course, it's normal for them to still want to be there. So I would say that you're getting these orbs and things like that, and your dog wants to be with them. That's more positive, like confirmation that there's folks here, but it's not of ill intent. And the orbs thing, before we pass that subject, a majority of times it just seems like they get a bad rep because a lot of people don't really understand how to explain what an orb is, or it is difficult to kind of differentiate between a bug and an orb for the most part. So that's why the easier route for folks to do is just to say that orbs don't exist. For the most part.
So it's again, it's, but you know, so if you go to my like TikTok channel, if y'all have looked at it, you'll probably have seen some of those videos I've posted. But again, what's interesting though, this house is, you know, I have the history that's behind a lot of this stuff too. You know, I've caught orbs in this room, and Walt passed away in this room in 2023. You know, Walt lived here from 1984 to 2023 and absolutely loved this house. He loved our neighbors. He loved the neighborhood. Like, so why would he want to leave here if he didn't have to? Like,
Yeah.
you know, so like, you know, those are the questions that I've never thought I would actually ask myself in my mind. But now I like try to figure out, I'm trying to figure out I feel like a detective, and I'm trying to solve a mystery that's never probably going to be able to be solved, you know? So
what year was your house built in? I'm sorry.
The house was built in 1911. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So let me, so anyway, so after we moved in, so let me start with I guess I'll start with the deaths that we found out about, and then I'll tell you about who the people that died, and then I'll tell you about the paranormal experiences my wife and I had. So doing the research, and then I'll tell you about the true crimes on the street after that, if we have time.
Yeah.
So the people that passed away here. So as I'm obsessive compulsive about finding out everything I can about this home, I find out that 5 people total have passed away in this home from 1914 to 2023. The first death in 1914, we think, based on our research, took place either in our bedroom or our bathroom, which used to be a bedroom. His name was 𝗟𝗏𝗃𝗃. 𝗟𝗏𝗃𝗃 actually was a former Civil War soldier for the Union Army. He actually fought for the Indiana 68th Infantry. He was in Company C. He was captured at the Battle of Mumfordsville. He actually fought at the Battle of 𝗟𝗂𝗃𝗃, which is the second bloodiest battle in the Civil War, and several other key battles during the Civil War. So we saw a lot of action. Alicia came down. Actually, he was the great uncle of a lady named Viola. Viola actually was married to a guy named, oh my goodness, William Evers. They probably lived in this room. I'm back here originally. They were probably the original occupants of this bedroom, because this used to be the main bedroom. We live in what used to be the guest bedroom now, because our bathroom is now off the guest bedroom. So Alicia, was down here with his great niece Viola, and she was here with her brother Harry and his wife, and then Viola had a daughter Mispa from a previous marriage from a guy named Charlie Brown. All from Indiana. These people are all from Indiana. So but anyway, so Viola actually had colon cancer when she lived here. I don't know if she had it before she came down, or she was diagnosed or had the problem when she actually moved to Fort Worth. But it was like they all moved from Indiana to start a new life here in Fort Worth.
That's so weird.
Because Harry and William got jobs at Frisco Yard, which is the railroad right across the street from me. I mean, when you hear the train whistle in my house, it's like, they used to actually, back in the day when the men would come home from out of town, they would blow the steam whistle of the train, and the women would take their horse and buggy from their house and go pick their husband up at the end of the street and then take him back on the horse and buggy. So it's like, there's some really cool.
I have a question about the train. Do you feel like when the train passes, it ramps up the activity?
So I'll tell you about Ray Roberts in a little bit, and there's some train history with Ray Roberts, who we think might be haunting our bathroom. He's a teenager.
Oh my God, of all places.
He's a teenager. He's a teenager who accidentally unalived himself on a boxcar in 1914, and his buddies ran to my house to call the ambulance.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I have the article. So that's why when I say all this stuff, and I sound confident in it because I've read all the articles about it. So I know
you have backup evidence.
Yeah. So if you wanted to see the articles, I could be like,
yeah.
boop, 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 boop. Yeah, there you go.
I like that. Yeah.
So, but anyway, so Viola, so Viola is supposedly here too as a residual haunting in the kitchen, according to a medium. So that's another thing. It's like, and so Viola was from Anderson, Indiana. She's buried in Anderson, Indiana, and I used to go to Anderson, Indiana as a kid when I was in Cincinnati to visit my uncle and aunt and my cousins who lived in Anderson, Indiana.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know you have so many stories. You're trying to. You want to say all of them at once. I can feel it.
You can feel it, right? Yeah. It makes my head explode.
What should I talk about now?
But everything's leading back to Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes my head explode. That's why.
Yeah. I thought it was I thought it was the ADD, but no, this is all the stories you're trying to spit out.
Yeah, it's like because I want to tell you everything because I know we only have a certain amount of time, and it's like you know, if I go into the weeds, you could be here for hours. So
yeah, I love it though. I love it. I love
it. Thank you. Like again, that's how obsessive compulsive I became about the research, which is like that was something that was driving me that was not from me really. You know what I mean? Like I just.
I appreciate that you have like backup, like you have articles to back up.
You know, and actually I post a lot of the articles on the TikTok page. So if you all see like a lot of the articles about the lady that unalived her 4-year-old down the street, and
oh my gosh.
I got all that stuff like all those articles, you know, that I show, and I'm not trying to exploit those, but I want to show that that's part of this whole story because there have been a lot of bad things that have happened on my street, not just my street, but my neighborhood. And I don't know why in this part of the world and this territory, why so many bad things have happened just in such a tight area. You know what I mean?
That's one of my questions. Do you know anything about the land or like what it was before?
It was Comanche territory.
Okay. So Indian, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Comanches actually, weren't they known? I mean, no disrespect or whatever, but weren't they known to be like really violent?
They were one of the most violent tribes.
Exactly.
The tribes actually the other tribes feared the Comanche.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Your second guest that the same exact thing happened. Wait was our first guest, a friend of mine from high school.
Yeah, but Comanche's way.
No, I understand that. But in reference to
the area,
one street, and a bunch of deaths have happened on one street.
As a matter of fact,
Well, here's the crazy thing, though. So I thought it was just my street, but as I'm doing the research, it's not just my street; it's the entire neighborhood.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Unalives, violent, dark satanic worship history. Like, yeah, it's crazy. Like when I told my wife, I'm like, where did we move?
Right. Yeah.
You know, because like I love the home and I love the history, but like then I started finding out about the past of this place. I'm like, this is really dark. But it's not like that now. I don't want to make it sound like it's a scary, like, you know, people take pride in their homes and their historic homes here. We have everything from cottages to mansions in this neighborhood. So it's like, you know, it's just it's actually the largest historic district in the Southwest United States. So yeah, there's a lot of history here for sure. But yeah, so Alicia Morford was the Civil War guy that passed away. He was the first death in probably my bedroom in 1914. So the second death. And in the bedroom, I'm sorry. Let me tell you about what had happened in the bedroom. So, you know, I told you the house has been investigated twice by Rose and Joe Valenzuela. They're from Burleson, Texas, home of Kelly Clarkson. Hey.
Oh, wow, okay.
I live about 20 minutes where Kelly Clarkson grew up.
Kids, yeah.
Yeah. So if y'all are Kelly Clarkson fans, she's right down the road.
Yeah.
So, or she was, but yeah, so they were the ones that actually ended up coming to come out to my house, because when I had all this weird stuff happening, I was like, I wanted to reach out to somebody that, you know, there's no Ghostbusters number in real life.
Yeah.
Who are you
right
gonna
now,
call?
you found it right here. I was kidding.
Yeah, but so I don't know, like being just a guy, like on the outside, I don't know how to contact paranormal people.
Yeah.
So, and then a lot of paranormal people think like people that contact them are nuts and crazy. So I think I had a lot of people that would probably just go right past my story and not even listen to it because this guy's out of his mind. You know, who knows? But Rose, for some reason, responded, and like she's such an amazing person. Like her and her husband Joe, they've investigated all over the country, and she came out. But then she's like, "Can I bring my friend Georgia, who's a medium?" And I was like, "All right, so medium, like, okay, here we go." This is where all the, you know, fake stuff's going to start happening. You know, she's going to tell me all this stuff that's completely ridiculous. And I have a really closed mind with the medium stuff. So I'm like, yeah, they swore by her. And I trusted, I just had a good feeling about Rose and Joe. I don't know why. Like I felt they're good people, and they really are good people. It's like turned out to be the right instinct. You know, so when they came out, they actually, like, you know, we're doing like an interrogation in a way, like to interview me to make sure I wasn't insane. But originally it was Rose and the lady named Julie from a podcast called Haunted AF here in DFW area.
I think I heard that. I think I've heard of it.
Yeah. Speaking of Kelly Clarkson, Haunted AF was actually on the Kelly Clarkson show.
No.
Yeah. R.I.P. to the kid's father. That's what I meant to say. I caught myself. I'm like, that sounds horrible. Like, you know, something happened to the kids.
Yeah, but
Did you
so
guys hear about
that there's like a Burleson connection between Rose and Julie that I never even realized because of the Kelly Clarkson thing. Because she was on the Clarkson show, and then so here's Rose from Burleson, and all of a sudden Julie wants to connect with Rose to come out to my house to like interrogate me. So they come out, and in the family room, like interestingly enough, they felt like an energy. My gosh, my mouth's getting so dry, y'all.
Is it? I'm getting like a pain in my head.
Can I get water?
Yeah.
My water's empty, and like this, I talk so much. Like, oh my gosh, I give me the
No,
All right, I'll be right back.
Super relaxed here. No worries.
It's all good. This,
So I'm gonna
commercial break is brought to you by Stanley.
I'm gonna tell you what I was going to ask. Well, when I asked him about how many houses he looked up, because I kind of wanted to ask if he had felt any other vibe from another house. I have it written down here, so if you saw me writing down earlier, this is what I was writing down.
Oh yeah, I asked about. I'm interested in the neighbors.
When we're watching him, so like the light bulb. See the light bulb? That's your right?
Well, to my left.
That would be his left, but our right.
All right. So to me, I had wrote down there's a man standing there. I even wrote it here. So then when you mentioned that was the guy's room when he died, I told Armando I'd go read what I wrote here because I had been wrote that. And
I was going to ask you too. Are you feeling anything? I was going to ask you, but
that's what I picked up. That there's a dude standing in that corner.
I don't know. Like, I'm not as sensitive, I don't think, as a lot of people, but I'm trying to open my mind to be more sensitive, if that makes sense. Like I still don't sometimes believe all this.
That makes sense? I mean, it's good to be. I'm a skeptic, even though I investigate.
Yeah,
it takes a lot for me to be like, really?
Yeah, wow. Like, this can't be real, right? This can't
Jen, I can tell you though, she's pretty good. She's one of the few ones.
I'm just practicing.
I'll send her stuff and I'll know the history.
Yeah,
and she picks up on a lot of it. A lot of people in our chat too that we've had on the show.
Yeah,
I'm like you.
I've done TikTok live ghost tours, and I've had people that are sensitive on the other side actually talk to me and tell me about things that have, like. So I found out that the guy in the bathroom might be Ray Roberts, the guy that the teenager that accidentally shot or unalived himself on a boxcar when his friends came to my house to call the ambulance. In the first investigation, Rose actually caught somebody saying Roberts on the little voice thing where it says names.
Oh, the spirit box is like a radio, like a
like one of those. And he always does she also uses puts it on airplane mode, and then she's got
an app. She was using an app.
The internet and stuff. So she's they've done a lot of investigations, so they know what they're doing. Right. And she told me the energy in this house in Georgia as well. Rose said it reminds her of the energy at the Hill House in Texas.
Okay, yeah,
that's my.
And then also the Washoe Club in Nevada.
Want to go there too? Yep.
Damn.
So there's apparently so it's there's the energy. There's a lot of energy in this house, and it makes sense because there's been a lot of trauma associated around this area and this house too. Not just because the deaths have been natural that I found, although the medium says that somebody unalived themselves in this house, and she said she's a female, and but I haven't found anything. So I don't know.
Doesn't mean you haven't yet. Maybe you'll find it later,
But I don't think it's my house because
really?
I've done investigating that I've tried to. So but
could have been on the land.
A 16-year-old girl passed away next door in 1911 of typhoid fever.
Yeah, could have been on your land.
Yes, right.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah. I have a question. Do you have pictures, or is there pictures of these people?
I have pictures of. I'm trying to find a picture of Alicia Morford, the Civil War guy that passed away, and 𝗿𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗃. I haven't even talked about her next. She's the daughter of the Republic of Texas who passed away, also probably in our bedroom, who's a Confederate. whose father actually his fighting force that he co-founded fought Alicia Morford's unit at the Battle of 𝗟𝗂𝗃𝗀𝗃.
Wow.
Does that comprehend? It's a very kind of weird connection. So Anna's dad, Thomas's Terry's Texas Rangers, or what they were called. Terry's Texas Rangers actually after the Republic of Texas, and then Texas was a republic, they basically had no job anymore of fighting. So Colonel Terry and Thomas Lubbock offered Terry's Texas Rangers up to Jefferson Davis to fight during the Civil War for the Confederates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and then I found out during research that Terry's Texas Rangers fought the 68th Indiana at the Battle of 𝗟𝗂𝗃𝗀𝗃, and at least one battle. So I think there were a couple of other battles they fought. So her dad, she passed away in the same room of a Union soldier. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
like,
man.
I was like,
well,
I'm trying to find a picture of Alicia and Anna that I can put next to each other.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
And that your family room, that's another room.
Well, so I have a picture of Harold, I have a picture of Martha, I have a picture of Walt. But as far as I do have a picture of a lady named Dorothy Shreves, who actually lived here in the early 20s until she got married in the early 30s. And but she was actually a female pilot that usually fly the airplane. There's when you start learning about all the people who lived here, it's not always paranormal and scary, but sometimes wow, she was a pilot in the late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
A woman. So it was Amelia Earhart stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I'm so cool, that you find out all this information. So yeah. But so I haven't even really talked about the stuff that we've experienced paranormal wise yet.
I'm really curious to see if Jen, it matches what she sees as the same one of the people that you have a picture of. That's why I asked you.
I can tell you that guy, the male energy that was in my right of whatever that light bulb is there in the back. I just saw it as a shadow. So that's why I asked you, do you by any chance see shadow figures? I just saw a silhouette, but I know it's a dude. It's definitely
Well, again, it would either be probably Walt, who passed away here in February 3rd, 2023, or maybe even Sam, who unalived himself in the backyard next door in 2017, who was good friends with Walt.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, I mean.
Oh, wow.
And you talked about the headache.
She had a headache, and I got a pain in my fucking temple.
So that's where Sam
did that.
Yes.
Oh.
2017. And I met Sam's wife. I talked to Sam's wife. I've met her. I haven't really pushed on a lot of personal things yet, but I'm trying to just because she doesn't even come over to this part of the neighborhood anymore. She lives with a friend now, a couple streets over. She's a older lady now, but she moved in, I think, in 1988 or something like that. So she actually knew Martha. She didn't know Walt she didn't know not Walt, Harold, because Harold passed away in 1977. But she knew Martha. So she was telling me about Martha and how Martha loved Halloween. And because Halloween in our neighborhood is a huge thing, right?
Yeah,
and then Martha passed away on Halloween in 2009.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
And supposedly Martha's in our kitchen. We call her the kitchen witch.
I've seen that on your TikTok,
I love your way your kitchen, by the way. Yeah.
You love the what?
I like the colors of your kitchen.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Your house is beautiful.
So anyway, so paranormal stuff wise, after we moved in, we found out about the people that passed away, whatever, we had some things happen. So in our bedroom, we actually had some curtains pulled back, like somebody was peeking out the window. So when my wife was in the backyard one day, she was looking at the window coming from the backyard, and it was open, like somebody was peering out. So that was definitely, and that's one of the things when we came in, you talk about debunking and all that stuff, right? We didn't have the AC on that day because it was spring. There was no air outside. It wasn't windy. The doors to the bathroom were closed, so no pets could get, so when I tell you this stuff, know that I've already gone through all the things to try to find out the logical explanation for it. Because a lot of times there's a logical explanation for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And it's not always paranormal, but when we can't find that logical explanation, I'll tell you about it because I think it's kind of maybe important. And when I talk about Ray Roberts, who is the kid that actually accidentally unalived himself in a boxcar, and I got the name Roberts on the first investigation in that room, and then I had somebody say that it's a teenage male that peers out the window back there. You know, you start thinking like, is this actually Ray Roberts? Because he actually lived up the street over from us. He didn't live in this house, but his buddies came to this house to call the ambulance the night that he accidentally unalived himself.
Wow.
Wow. So before this, might be a little change of subject, but before this, did you believe in any paranormal before you moved to the house? Oh, you did. Okay.
But not to this degree.
Yeah. Now you're living it.
That makes sense.
Now you're living it.
I was open-minded to a point.
Yeah.
So when the medium told us that we have something called an elemental in our family room,
Mm-hmm.
that was during the first investigation, and I'm like, yeah, I was like, here we go. You know, I told my wife, I'm like, come on, there's no way. What's an elemental? That's not real.
Do you know what it is?
Well, now I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually now we're trying to find out about does this happen to do something with the Native American history and the Comanche,
possibly.
because a lot of the Comanche actually used to call elementals, I think, little people, I believe, in their culture, which actually play little pranks and things. Believe it or not, December 25th, Christmas Day, Anna died December 26th, so I thought it was her. But the medium told us it was the elemental that did it, where my son's water bottle, his plastic water bottle, was turned upside down on its cap on Christmas Day. When we didn't look, we didn't know it was like, he put it normally on a coaster, and when he was going to leave, it was upside down on its cap. And the medium had told us like she thought the elemental was responsible for that. So because it liked to play little pranks and stuff. But then I'm like, so like, I don't know, man. Like, I can't wrap my head around that stuff. So, but if people want to investigate that, that's cool. And I'm not going to say that's not real, but I have a hard time with that, because I have a hard enough time with the stuff that we've experienced for real.
Mm-hmm.
So,
have you and your wife thought about getting equipment and doing it yourself?
No way.
No?
No.
Not really?
No. No, I have the cat balls. Like, this is my paranormal expertise right here. This little thing right here.
They never go off for us.
They go off all the time in this house.
Oh man, nice. Yeah, they don't.
And I've actually had some responses that seem intelligent to the cat balls. I'll tell you a story about this room right here. Actually, that happened to my wife. Let's jump into that one right now. Since we're talking about it. So this is like several months back, and so when people like always go to investigate houses at night, you know, on the TV shows, and everything's all dark and scary, most of the stuff in this house doesn't happen at night. It happens in the daytime.
Yeah.
To our knowledge, because we're awake, but we see things happen in the daytime. So I don't know if things happen at night that we don't know about. But anyway, you know, most of the stuff is just in broad daylight. So it doesn't matter what time of day it is. So this day, it was like 10, 11 in the morning, and my wife is walking past this room, and she notices the ball going off. And so she calls me in. She's like, hey, this thing's going off. And I'm like, you know, all right. So I come in and look, and then it stops. Like, it stops going off, and just like, okay, it's done, whatever. So I go back to watch TV. She goes back to doing what she's doing. Excuse me. And so she's walking past the room a little bit later, and the ball's going off again. So she comes in, but this time she doesn't call me in. And then the TV shuts off.
Is that the picture frame TV?
Yeah. And you have to actually hold the power button down on the remote for this thing to go off. It's like, if you just press the power button, it goes to TV mode to like put you into like the main, I don't know. It's like, so yeah, to literally power it off, you have to hold it down. And we keep it on all the time because we love the way it looks, because it's just cool.
It's gorgeous.
You know? I love it. Like, it's like displaying artwork all day, you know, in the room. Yeah. So it's just, why not display it? But yeah, so it doesn't like it. There's not like any, like, it's on right now. Like, there's no mode like that. It stops after 30 minutes or whatever. It's just always on. So so she turns it back on, and then the ball starts going off again, and the remote, or the TV shuts off again.
Like, turn it off. I'm like, it's like, I'm trying to turn it off.
Like somebody was annoyed with her continuing to turn the TV back on.
I was like, hello.
And so then she freaks out. And she's like, she calls me, and it's like, hey, come in here. So I come into the room and I felt this weird energy instantly. Where they say the energy changes, like the hair on my arms was standing up, the neck hair, I'm like, man, it feels weird, like eerie. It's like, it wasn't like when people say heavy, maybe it's heavy. People describe it that way. I describe it more as like an electrical charge, but it felt like weird and just this I can't even describe the eerie feeling. That it was just a different feeling that I've never really had before. But the TV, so the ball's going off, but the TV stayed on, and then all of a sudden that energy just dissipated, and the ball never went off again. The TV stayed on, and actually since then,
was like, I'm tired of playing this game with you.
Yeah, but that's only happened like once since we lived here. Like it's never happened again, right?
That's crazy.
So, but then we've had the TV turn on in our bedroom too a couple months ago when she was in the bedroom on its own. So it's like, I think they like to mess with my wife and the TVs, and maybe it's Walt
channel.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Any particular channel?
Ghost Adventures? Do they switch it on Ghost Adventures?
For what?
For the TV, when your TV comes on?
No.
Just tell them to put it on Spook Coast to Coast.
It always says 305 paranormal on the screen when they turn it back.
What Joey was asking, is it any particular channel or is it just like a random channel?
Well, no, so we always keep it on the artwork.
Okay.
So when it turns back on, it's always back on the artwork.
So it's like a picture, like a video.
Off the artwork, you have to power the button. Like you have to hold the power button down for 2 seconds. Like literally hold it down. Because if you press the power button once, it goes to like TV mode, where it, like then you can start watching regular TV and all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
But so art mode. So it's like, again, it makes it even weirder because you literally have to like hold it down to power it. It's almost, it takes more power to power it off.
You intentionally have to do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, what about your other TV?
I was gonna say, what about the picture? The picture that pops up, like what as far as the art, is it any particular art that normally pops up, or is it random?
We always do random art, so like it's always the same art that pops up that was on there previously. I haven't noticed any changes in the artwork or anything like that, or all of a sudden something like popping up, like with the World War II footage or anything like that.
Picture on there, it's like, whoa.
Yeah. Now if that starts stuff like that happens, man, I may be out of here for real.
What I was gonna say was, damn, I totally lost my train of thought. But that would be interesting. Maybe try to notice if it's the same picture when that does happen.
Yeah.
But when your wife called you in, it's like maybe it scared off whatever was messing with her, and then it never happened again until she was alone in the other room.
Maybe because maybe like the men like messing with the women, and when the man comes in to protect the woman, he's like, I can't do it anymore. I'm out.
I'm out of here.
Walt was definitely these people were old school people. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Did you? I was gonna ask you. Did you find it? Because this happened to you, so I just, and you're the only person I know that this has happened to. Did you find it weird that a previous person that lived there went to your house and be like, "Hey, I used to live here," and was that weird for you? Because I always wanted to do that, so I was just asking.
I loved it.
Yeah, that was cool. Okay.
Because he was cool. Like, so he was kind of an eager participant. So it's like, and I just wanted to learn as much as I could about his mother and father from him. So because at that time it wasn't necessarily that even because he came kind of early on before we started experiencing a lot of this weird stuff. So I actually established kind of a relationship before the paranormal stuff started. And then so I felt a little more comfortable of contacting him about saying, why does my dog go to your TV, to the front of the house every night in this house? Did you ever, so that's when he told me that his mom and dad were dog lovers. They had a bunch of dogs, and it might have been a positive thing, the dog going out to see them if they were still here, because they did both pass away in the family room.
That's a family room. It's crazy. 2 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then, like the kitchen, we've had a dog bowl wobble on its own. We've been told that there are several animal spirits here, one of a German Shepherd. I felt the presence of a dog actually pushing on its side of my bed twice since I've lived here. Like it's trying to get me up to feed it. Mm-hmm. I think that actually was my dachshund though, because
I've had my first dog animal experience too. So I didn't, you don't think about it. No. An animal spirit. Yeah. So I want to believe it was her. So
oh my gosh, I think it was my dog Toby, my dachshund. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's an awesome
it was so
feeling.
real. And I woke my wife up to tell her about
Yeah.
it. She tells me when stuff happens to her. Like we know the stuff's real. So like we don't, when we say stuff to each other now, it's not like, you're she's like, yeah, okay, I believe, because I'm not gonna lie to her. But yeah, like one night I went to the kitchen to turn the porch light on, going to bed. And my dog, I told you my dog will only sleep in my bed now. He won't sleep on my floor. And my other dog, Molly's in her cage. So I'm and this is after the medium had told us there were several animal spirits in the house, mind you. And especially one of a German Shepherd, she said, specifically, which I actually ended up finding out there was a troublesome German Shepherd that lived next door several years ago. I don't know if it's that one, but yeah. And I'm sure there are several probably German Shepherds that probably lived in this house over the years. There's a lot of military history in this house.
Best dogs ever.
And German Shepherds, like military people love German Shepherds. So, I think there's like been tons of German Shepherds in this house probably over the years. So I don't know exactly which one it may be.
I agree, Jenny.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
I agree. Yeah.
So, so I'm going to bed and I'm going in the kitchen. I'm turning on the porch light. I turn around to go to bed, walking towards the bedroom, and I hear nails like on the wood. When you hear a dog on the nails, there's no mistaking that sound. If you heard the dog's nails on even tile or whatever, it doesn't have to be, I guess, necessarily. So I thought my dog jumped off the bed or something and got behind me somehow mysteriously without me hearing him coming from the front, because your mind's like racing at the time. Like, wait, so I turned around because there's nothing there. There's nothing behind me.
Yeah.
So I went to my bedroom pretty quickly, trying to, I was thinking my dog was on the floor because he's a dachshund and I'm on a pretty high bed, so I'm thinking I don't know. I wasn't really thinking logically. He's sound asleep on my bed. My other dog's sound asleep in her cage. And that's when I got that really freaked me out, big time. And I'll tell you that there have been 2 times in this house that really got to me. That was one of them. And then the whisper of someone saying hi got to me too. That's so I've had 2 experiences where you're really like, oh my God, this is kind of creepy.
Yeah.
The rest are they're creepy, but they haven't really creeped me out.
With you. Yeah, they haven't done anything to scare you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it depends because your experiences could spare, somebody else could be freaked out, but maybe you're just, I don't know, maybe you're just comfortable. I don't know.
It's I hate to say you get used to it, but you
yeah, maybe that's better. Yeah.
But since it's not negative here though, it's I think we've it's almost like we feel like we coexist.
Yes, that's a good one. Thank you. Yes.
And I know every ghost story that you hear is always demons and this and this and this. I'm telling you, we have not experienced anything like that in this house at all. So even though the bad stuff that's happened around this house, we have not yet experienced anything negative in this home, but we've definitely experienced a lot of crazy stuff for sure. So the high, when I heard the whisper of the high, I'll tell you this story. Yeah. This is only a couple months ago, and I actually recorded this for Instagram and TikTok and all that when my dog wouldn't come back into the room because I was like, this is really weird. When the dogs and the cats act weird, I roll the camera typically because usually a cat ball's going off or something's happening, right? So so she was at the end of the couch, and I'm in the corner of the couch, and it's dead silent. I'm on my phone, working. She's just down there chilling, and all of a sudden she barks. She's like, whoo! And she jumps down off the couch and goes out to the family room from the little TV. Have you all seen the house? Have you seen the little TV area where the Victrola record player is? No.
I haven't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because I do the tours of the house and I show the spots. So y'all have to join a tour live. You guys can co-host and stuff, and I can show you exactly the spots and everything.
I was going to ask you, have you ever done that?
Yeah, I do. Actually, they're really. They seem people really like them, but then they end up telling me hey, who's your decorator? you know,
Oh, they
somebody,
changed this. Your house is nice. I'm not gonna
I
lie. I was
was
like,
mad because I'm talking
I
about
was
ghosts.
freaking
And they're
out.
like,
I was like,
what color did you use on the wall?
yeah.
Like, I don't, my wife does all this stuff, man. I
It's
don't know.
gorgeous,
Telling
yeah.
a ghost story here.
Your wife did a beautiful job.
Yeah, it's very
Dude.
nice.
Yeah.
We try to take it back to what it would have looked like originally, but
Wow.
make it comfortable where people could come today and be comfortable, sit down, and not feel like they can't sit on anything. You know what I mean?
Just
Yeah.
ignore those questions and just continue.
Yeah.
Notice.
So anyway, so she jumps down and she won't come back in the room. And this is the family room again, where the 2 deaths occurred. So I'm calling her in. I'm like, Molly, you know, come on, Molly, come on. And she won't go in the room. Like, this has only happened once since I've lived here. And so, you know, I'm like, all right, this is kind of weird. So a couple hours later that day or whatever, she ended up going back into the room. So she's back in her spot. I'm back in my spot. I'm working on my phone. She's sleeping. And we both hear somebody whisper, hi.
Ooh.
Hi. Like, literally, like, hi. It was loud. It was clear. She looked. I looked at the exact same spot. Thank God she looked, because if she wouldn't have looked and I looked, then I'm like, yeah, all right. Yeah, my hearing voices. But yeah, and she looked at the same spot that she had barked at earlier in that day. So I don't know. Like, I don't want to ask, you know, the son of Harold, you know, hey, can you tell me exactly where your dad died? You know?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But I have a feeling I know
way.
where at least somebody, I have
Yeah.
a feeling I know where one of the people passed away in the family room, and I think it's right there in that spot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have cameras rolling
Yes.
all the time?
Yeah.
Do you
So
catch it?
not in the day. I need to have the confidence to do it during the day, but I go around during the day and I sing to my cats and my dogs, and I'm like,
Aw.
somebody hacks me, they're gonna be like, you know, I'll be like, hey, you know. So
I got it on camera.
yeah. Then they'll think I really am crazy, and they won't, you know. But no, so I try, but no, for privacy for my wife and us walking around the house in the daytime. So at night, every night, I try to remember to turn them on. But you know, I said I don't have patience, so I don't go through all the stuff every day. But that's when I do have the patience, I'll go through it and I'll look, and if I find anything interesting, I'll throw it up there, because I've had the camera catch a lot of cat ball activity at like 3 or 4 in the morning. Only do it once a week, you know, or once every few weeks or a month, or, you know, so it's like, you know, it's definitely, you know, it's caught some interesting things, I think, for sure, over the course of the 1.5 years that we lived here. But I don't post everything again, because I don't have the patience. I don't.
Yeah. Well, we have cameras all over our house, and we also feel like we live with something. So if something happens, that's the only time we'll review them, because otherwise I don't have time to sit there and review the whole freaking day. But like if something happens significant, I'll look at that specific part. Yeah.
That's why, like, it's like I respect people that research like seriously, and they take the time to research and do the when they analyze the evidence or whatever. And you literally put headphones on and listen for like hours to static.
It's horrible.
Just to possibly get somebody saying hi.
Yeah, that's so boring. Yeah, but
it's
then when you hear
crazy
something like Mondo said at his 59 minutes,
somebody said I sing to animals too, so you're not alone in that crazy.
Shannon needs the video of you singing to your cat, so I'm waiting for it.
No, you don't want to see that.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
So yeah, the dog bowl. Did I tell you about the dog bowl wobbling in the kitchen?
Yeah,
I heard that on your. Oh, you did? Okay, I did hear all the TikTok.
Okay, so that one, which, you know, leads back to are there animal spirits here too, right?
Yeah,
I believe it. I believe it. Yeah.
And then the curtains, and then let's see. I know we have some time constraints here, so I'm trying to get to the most interesting parts of what we experienced. Let's see, the coincidence with Harold Monroe, you all know, of course. The deaths, Anna Kennedy and 𝗿𝗂𝗪𝗘 Kennedy and Alicia. Going into Walt Julian, we talked about Walt as well.
The guy in the backyard. Did we touch
the guy in the backyard, Sam? We talked about him as well.
Okay.
So let me maybe get to the and I'm sure there's some things that we've experienced I forgot to tell you about, but let me get to I'll go into the true crime stuff so I can kind of get into how this came about. So
Brian, I'm sorry to interrupt you. What I do want to say is I don't want you to feel like rushed or anything like that. Like the chat room, they seem to like you. We, the four of us, we like you. We're definitely gonna bring you back for another episode too.
Okay.
So whatever you didn't get a cross from this episode, we'll definitely bring you back and we'll do that and finish up.
Okay, cool. That makes me like relax.
If you're willing, I mean, hopefully.
No. I tell my wife, like, I'll tell this story to, like, you know, she actually, when we have people come into the house now, she's like, oh God. You know?
I love
like,
it.
You know the history of this house, you know, like, and I'll be like, so I got to stop myself. I just get so passionate about
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I do have a question about your neighbors. Do you talk to your neighbors?
Yes. I've interviewed a lot of neighbors. A lot of the neighbors actually have paranormal experiences in their homes as well. So it's not just so the reason, like the way I met Julie, who was the wife of Sam, who unalived himself in the backyard, was from a ghost group of this neighborhood that I found. Because I didn't know, like, I wanted to tell people in the neighborhood, like, have you guys had weird things happen in your house? And, you know, so I found this group that was already there. So I kind of like, you know, kind of started telling my story to them. And then it kind of like, it seemed like it was kind of inactive, but it kind of revitalized that group as well. So there's so many people here who've had experiences that they won't say anything about it because they don't want to be scrutinized and they don't want to, you know, but there are some people that aren't afraid to tell. So yeah, there were like several homes. Like oh my gosh, the history of some of the other houses.
You know what it reminds me of? Poltergeist. What is that Poltergeist movie where the whole block?
Yeah. And
you have like a real life poltergeist street.
And the book's been compared to Poltergeist, actually.
That's
funny you say that. Yeah, that's really cool that you say that. So you know, as I'm investigating the house and the history, trying to find out who lived here, and there's so many people I could tell you about who lived here, and babies being born here, and marriages, and wow, it's crazy. But but as I'm doing that, unfortunately, I've started discovering some negative things as well. That's when I found out about Ray Roberts, the 15-year-old, you know, accidentally unalived himself in a boxcar where his friends ran to my house to call the ambulance in 1914. That's when I found out about a huge explosion and fire that happened on my street a couple houses down in 1923 that destroyed and damaged several houses with the fire. That's when I found out about next door on the other side of me in 1911, a girl named Irene Lauterbach passed away of typhoid fever at the age of 16. 2 doors down from me, actually, this is where it starts getting really bad. And so here's my language that I need to watch. So in 1998, 2 doors down from me, there was a kid. I say kid, he was 18, so he's an adult, I guess, technically. But he lived with his father and his grandmother at his grandmother's house. And apparently grandma kicked him out, and he didn't take too kindly to that. And he unalived her with his bare hands in the upstairs. I think. Oh my
gosh.
Bedroom.
His grandma?
Excuse me?
His grandma? He unalived his grandma?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow.
He was 18. Yeah.
Oh, geez.
With his bare hands. Like, yeah. It was pretty gruesome from what I read. And all I know about these stories are from what I've read in the paper. So I've honestly not, I've not researched these cases. I've not done, because I don't
deep dived.
I don't do deep dives in those because I don't know. Like I don't want to do a deep dive.
I know. I get it. Yeah.
It was 2 doors down for me, right?
Yeah.
Maybe if it was like 200 miles from me, I'd do a deep dive.
Further away.
So and then the police, when they investigated the case, actually found satanic symbols in his bedroom, sigils, stuff like that. Now, was this inspired by Satanism? I don't know. Or was it a kid back in the late 90s who liked Motley Crue?
Yeah. God.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I love Iron Maiden, I love Motley Crue. I'm not a Satanist. I would, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
if that was like a scapegoat for him too, to say like, you know, oh, it was Satan, you know.
Yeah. Do you feel like the spirits that are in your house that are the activity are from the spirits are from your house, or do you think
Yes.
it's like the whole neighborhood, like they're just coming?
The only
and
one I
going
feel
door to
well,
door?
so the only one I feel like maybe that wouldn't be from my house would be Ray Roberts, and then also
Okay.
George, who apparently is from the 1850s, because I
Okay.
don't know if he would be connected to the chair in the dining room that's
Right,
from the 1830s,
Uh-huh.
or he was here before this house was even built. He was part of
Wow.
the land, like as a settler,
Uh-huh.
because again, you know, the settlers came here, and the Comanche would attack the settlers and
Yeah.
kidnap the
Wow.
women. They would kill the people. Like there was like, it was a lot of violence right in this area, you know, where I live.
Mhm.
So like, I don't know. That's the cool thing about the paranormal is like, to me, it's not necessarily the knocking on the door or the window. It's the finding out like the history of why this stuff could be happening. And when you find
Yeah.
out the history, to me, it's like, that's the exciting part to me. Like,
Yeah.
with
It's kind of
me
give
and
you answers in a way, right? You know, like not validation. I don't know what the right word is. It was kind of like you're putting two and two together.
I'm trying to figure out why there's so much tragedy in this neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like when you find the answer, like you read the article, you're kind of like coming up with theories. You know what I
Maybe
mean?
it has something to do with like, because you know they said there was an elemental in this house.
Mhm.
Told by one
Mhm.
medium, the elemental's here to protect me from all the bad stuff that's outside.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Later than ever.
but I was also
Oh,
told the
no.
elemental may be a little creepy thing that I might want to get out. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm just being I
Yeah.
just tell y'all what these people tell me, but I believe that they actually have some ability in a way because of what they've. I don't know. I feel like when they say things like, if it makes sense to me, then I'm like, okay, there's might be some validity, you know, as far as like Ray Roberts and, you know, the lady sensing a teenager back there. Like that was
Yeah.
from TikTok Live
Right.
of somebody from Louisiana Spirits. I don't know if you heard of Louisiana Spirits, but when I was doing a live TikTok ghost tour, like they had somebody that was sensitive in that group who was telling me about, she'd sensed that, yeah, we were told it was a male by the previous medium, but she said he's a teenage male. And then when I also went back to look at the original footage from the first investigation in our house in October, and Rose came across the name Roberts on her whatever the voice thingy is. Then I'm like, okay, could that possibly be Ray Roberts, the teenage boy who passed away at the boxcar and his buddies came to the house to call the ambulance?
Yeah. I think I'm not going to speak for all psychics or like even but investigators. It's like we get information where we have to piece it together.
Yeah.
You know, so you're not going to get like the full answer unless it's documented somewhere.
No,
but
I found answers several months later.
yeah, that would happen too.
Said,
Yep.
like months earlier.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, and so when I like come across things that like all of a sudden answer the like when I'm like, oh, she said that 8 months ago. Now all of a sudden I'm connecting it now.
Yes, and sometimes that happens a lot. It happens a lot.
It does, and it's happened a lot in this house.
Yeah.
In just the year and a half I've lived here, so it's just like, man, that's
pretty cool though. That's really cool.
It is, yeah, it's very interesting
really cool.
for sure.
'Cause
But yeah, and then so then after we found out about that one, in 1999, a few houses down from that house, 2 doors down from me across the street, there was a couple in their upper 60s who were unalived, also in a very violent bludgeoning hands kind of situation.
Crazy. Yeah.
That crime is still unsolved, and that happened in 1999. In the year 2020, I found out a block down from here. I don't like to walk past this house to this day. My wife and I try to avoid walking past this house now. But a 4-year-old was unalived by her mother because her mother said that she was hearing voices telling her that if she didn't do it, something worse was going to happen to her daughter.
Was that a big story? I think I might have heard.
It was a very big story here in Europe.
Yeah.
And because she suffered from mental illness, of course, right? And it was one of the situations where this poor girl should have been taken out of the home, but, you know, slipped through the cracks. And it's just like, man, when you walk down past that, they used to leave memorials out for this girl up. Even when we moved in 2024, there used to be stuffed animals and things people would still leave, but they finally stopped that. But in the house, yeah, it's a duplex now. It used to be one house, but then they turned it into a duplex. And yeah, but when I walk by that house, like literally the hair on your arms goes up, and the goosebump. It doesn't affect my wife like it does me, which I find kind of interesting. It doesn't happen to her, but to me, I'm like, like I can't. It's so awful.
Yeah, it's not funny, but
No. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like it gives you some kind of, it makes you feel some type of way. Yeah.
It's awful. It's horrible.
It is, yeah.
It's like, it's just like to think about this poor girl and like her family now, like that's still part of her grandfather and her grandmother, and like I feel so horribly for her family and what they must have gone through after this. And
I can't imagine.
But again, as far as what we were experiencing here in the home, I don't think it has anything to do with that. But that's again,
it's neighborhood. It's the neighborhood.
Yeah. There are things behind me on the street behind me I found out about that I could tell you about that would take another.
You live in a poltergeist community. You just need to build a little fort.
That's what was cool. Like we got into like your home for the most part in this episode. I think in the next one we branch out a little bit. Like we can get more of the story of your home, but then we can branch out throughout the neighborhood.
Yeah, because I even told you the whole full story of Harold Monroe. His name used to be Prince Carlisle. Like I haven't told you
the fancy guy.
This is the book. This is the historical fiction book that came out of all of this. Anyway, Harold got me
the cover.
Excuse me?
The cover. I know the cover is from your house. I said I love the cover.
These are the doors that go into our bathroom.
Yeah, that's a real.
I love that. And it reminds me of your house.
That's actually a sick cover. Yeah, like
thank you. My son designed it. He's an artist.
Yeah,
nice.
Very cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Yep. Yeah, gives me insidious vibes.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of an insidious. Like Amityville, we took inspiration from kind of like Amityville Horror. If you saw the original Amityville Horror cover back when they put them out, it had like red through the windows and stuff.
Yeah,
so I thought that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, this is like, so this book is historical fiction. So we took like the real stuff that I've experienced here and then on the street, and then we just basically the author fictionalized it to make it like The Conjuring and make it like
Thank you, Judy.
And like really scary stuff. It's a very dark book, but so that's like, so now I'm back. The whole thing, which is crazy about this story, is again me being drawn to this house and then finding that connection with Harold. It's almost like Harold basically now is working through me to put this book together for some reason. And like, so, and now I feel compelled to talk about the story behind the book, not as much of the book, the story behind the book that I want to tell.
Yeah.
So
maybe it could be. You got a purpose, or maybe you're finishing what Harold couldn't finish when he was alive.
So I found out Harold was actually researching the history of this house.
See,
he got back to 1920 with a guy named John Thomas Howell who owned the house in 1920. I got back to the beginning. So he didn't even know about the Civil War guy, the soldier, and he didn't know about the daughter of the Republic of Texas. I think he would have loved to have known that.
I believe in coincidences. A lot of people don't, but I do.
That is so neat.
Yeah.
Literally, the synchronicities in this episode has been nuts.
Yeah.
Again, I'm forgetting stuff too. There's a lot more like I'm forgetting. I know there's more city connections I found. Oh my gosh.
Who lived in the house the longest?
So that would have been Martha, the kitchen witch.
Martha, okay. The kitchen witch. Well, did she cook you guys breakfast?
No, she doesn't like us in the kitchen. So that's why we called her the kitchen. I'll tell you really quick the kitchen witch story, and then I know y'all. How long has it been? Like an hour or 2 hours?
Hour 18. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll finish you off with the kitchen witch story, and then
we're gonna bring you back. So don't worry.
Yeah, and then I'll come back sometime, and we'll just continue to discuss this whole thing. But and actually, we have Rose and Joe coming back with Georgia. I think hopefully this month, if not September for sure. So we're gonna, and I'm also working with like a couple other groups, paranormal groups that hopefully we'll be able to investigate. So we're trying to work all that kind of stuff out because I think the more eyes on everything, the better. Because I need help to you know, I can't. It's hard to do it all on your own because like
Yeah.
the more you have, like the more eyes on it. It's like I think it's like the more answers you can get. You know, so
Yeah.
it's awesome to collaborate with people like y'all because I think you can offer me insight too. To
No, it's awesome for us to collaborate with people like you. So thank
Oh.
you.
Okay, well, cool. So anyway, the kitchen witch story. So you know, Martha died in the house, October 31st, 2009, in the family room. She lived here the longest out of anybody that lived in the house. She lived
Okay.
here from 1957 till 2009. So she, if anyone we think that would want, like that would own the kitchen, it would be Martha.
It's her.
So
No knives were thrown at you, right?
the what, knives? Yeah,
Knives.
yeah. And then the one night, I felt 3 scratches on my back, which is the mark of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And yeah, no, none of that stuff.
Okay.
So,
I was like, well, really?
no. I'm talking about the ghost shows. I'm talking about the ghost shows. So, but no, so the medium had told us though that there is an older woman I sense in this kitchen who does not like you here when she's doing her thing or whatever. Like it's her space. It's not that she doesn't like you. She just does not like you back here.
all the time, like all day long.
I don't know. I see. Like, I want to talk to the medium now. I want to like interrogate the medium now that I believe her because like I kept the distance from her, but now I'm like I want to like just drill her. Like I want to ask her all these questions now.
Yeah.
So like I'm so looking forward to her and she doesn't charge money. Like, so
I love
she had
that,
a near-death experience. She actually and after her near-death experience, she came like and started. I don't know if you've heard about that stuff before.
Yeah. That's how.
Yeah.
She's actually a psychiatric nurse too. That's her profession.
Wow.
But she comes here.
I like that. Yeah.
Comes here out of the goodness of her heart to try to like help us figure out what's here.
Mhm.
Like if she charged me, I wouldn't never like pay somebody to come here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why would I like, you know? So like, but that to me like makes her more credible and Rose and Joe more credible because they're not like, you know, okay, well, we're going to charge you $100 to investigate and whatever.
Yeah.
So,
No. Yeah.
yeah. So it's really nice.
You're like
that
it's not that serious.
yeah, I've connected with good people though. You know, like it seems like, and everyone I've seen like I've connected with so far, it's like it's almost like you're a part of this story in a way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like I've meant to talk to you for a reason. And I don't know, like, and down the road it's gonna be like we're gonna connect somehow again. But anyway, I feel like everybody that's brought into this is a part of it, and it's weird. But so the kitchen witch. So here I go rambling with my ADHD.
Oh no.
Okay. So
They're used to it. For me.
So the second investigation, this was the last one that we had. Georgia, my wife, and Rose are back in our bathroom, and Joe is in our kitchen, and he's got his REM pod and his little thing that is a strip where if you walk over it, it stops where your motion is.
Mhm.
I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The tripwire.
Yeah, it's like a tripwire, and I tested it. Like I walked over it, and it would stop where my motion was. Like, so I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. So, so as they're back in the bathroom or in the bedroom, the little 𝗷𝗶𝗀𝗘 thing or whatever says the witch is here.
Oh my gosh.
And we didn't, unfortunately. Like I'm like, Rose, did you capture that? Like, did you have that? She didn't like save it or whatever. Of course, right? I'm like, oh. But you know, my wife will tell you, like, you know, Georgia would tell you, Rose would tell you, it said the witch is here. As it said the witch is here, the stuff in the kitchen, the REM pods going
Like,
and the
I know what you call me.
yes, thank you. But it wasn't in a bad way. It was like
yeah. It's like, I know what you
it
call
was
me.
like, yeah. It was that, like, so we felt like it was funny.
Yeah.
We're like, oh my God. She's like, yeah, the witch is here, and this is what I can do. And here I am. And I know you call me that, but it's all good. It's all because we do it out of love, not out of disrespect.
Yeah, you're doing it to be funny. Like
Yeah. Because we feel like she was, I don't know if her personality was like she seems to me like the kind of woman that would be like, you know, if you were her friend, you'd be her friend for life. But if you were like on her bad side, it might not be a good thing.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But I think we're on her good side. I believe.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been scratched or poked or tripped or
and no knives been thrown.
Do you get any phantom smells, like food smells by any chance?
Oh yeah.
So, okay, I will talk about the smoke smell in this house, but I don't think it's paranormal necessarily because people smoked in this house from 1911 to 2023 and chain smoked and chain smoked and chain smoked. So as far as the smoke we smell every now and then, it's cigarette. But I will say there have been a couple occasions where the cigarette smell has been stronger than normal. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's paranormal or if that's just part of maybe a certain condition in the wood that released a little more smoke that day.
Yeah, maybe if it's humid or something like that.
Yes, yeah. So, but yeah, there have been a few examples, and you do smell the smoke in this house every now and then. Like it's weird, like because
and that's hard because if people smoked in the house, but then
yeah,
that's a hard one. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know Walt and Martha, Martha's son, told me that Walt and also Harold, I'm sure, smoked, but Walt and Martha would sit in this sofa where I have a piece of furniture now against the wall in the family room where I think Martha passed away. Actually, I think she passed away on the sofa where that used to be. But I don't know for sure. I'd have to ask her son. I'm not going to ask her son where his mother passed away. So, they would literally sit, Walt and Martha would chain smoke all day long on the sofa. And then Walt, after Martha passed away, I found out from my neighbor, would chain smoke in my kitchen, like at a table in the kitchen, literally. If Walt had coffee and cigarettes, he was good, man. That's all he needed. So
I don't know. Did you change any drywall and paints and all that stuff?
Yeah. So
I don't know if it would be you'd smell that just cigarette smoke for I don't know. I'm a smoker.
Like I said,
my dad was a smoker.
It comes out stronger every now and then.
Yeah, that's what I'm
thinking might be paranormal. Because I do know the difference between when I smell like somebody's sitting next to you. Yeah. And but I don't know for a fact. I don't.
We don't. At the end of the day, we're not going to know. Nobody.
Yeah.
None of us
can't say.
We're all playing. We're just speculating and hoping and theorizing. But yeah.
But I think I probably have missed 1,000 things I haven't told you. But I think I kind of covered.
There's just so much. I think you're just trying to. Yeah, I get it. No, I loved it though. Yeah,
I wrote in my notes where we're gonna start off with Prince.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, Mondo. Yeah.
So that's a great story.
My little notes, my little tiny. As I'm watching your TikTok, I'm like, I need paper.
Yeah, I think
the Prince Carlisle story alone is an interesting one. For sure.
Yeah. No, we definitely have more things to talk about when you come back. So what I'll do, I have Joy reach out to you, talk to you, and then schedule it back. Same now, like in the next month or so, whatever.
Whenever, whenever y'all want to, you mean to come, or we could also do I think we could do like a virtual ghost tour as well because I'd love.
Oh, we can do that.
I would love that.
Live.
Together, because I've done that with Louisiana Spirits.
Would you mind? So we do sometimes. We'll like for us, they won't do it in their house, but we'll take equipment. And we'll kind of ask questions. Would you mind if I had equipment going?
No, that's absolutely. I would love that.
Yeah. Oh, they do it too. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, they have their Ovilus, but they're more protected than
I tell you, there's a weird connection when I do these TikTok lives for people. Things happen. People hear stuff. People see stuff. You saw a shadow tonight.
Yeah, she'll have one device going. I'll have some stuff going.
Yeah.
I
think that would be absolutely interesting. Let's do it. Let's do that.
Yeah. I really don't mind. Yeah.
I like it.
I love it. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah. It's like a virtual ghost hunt.
Yeah, very cool. Well, all right. Well, thank you so much, guys, for the time tonight. Again, if you want to support the mission, I actually have 6 books planned now in my mind, but there's only one physically that exists. So Jen, actually the author who wrote this story, hates the paranormal and is scared to death of this stuff. And that's another story I'll tell you about the next time as well. I had to convince her to write this book. And not only did she go off the deep end, she went way farther than I would have gone. So that's another interesting story too. She went way deep into the satanic stuff. And actually I didn't want her to go deep into the satanic stuff, but then after Actually, no, during the writing of the book, that's when I found out from a neighbor that there was a dark satanic history in this neighborhood.
Is it a fictional? Is it a fictional or is it
It's
not?
historical fiction, so
Okay.
but based on true stories of everything I've told you here tonight. So like if you read the book, you'll see a dog 𝗿𝗏𝗊𝗃 in the book. If you know, I mean,
like little stuff you'll get.
yeah. You'll
real life
get
stuff,
into the
yeah.
story, you'll be like, oh, this is from that, and this is from that. And we really wanted to create something special and unique and different with this book and this project that's never been done before. And I don't think this has ever been done before in the horror genre, as far as incorporating reality with the fiction, all on the same street. It's like Nightmare on Elm Street, kind of in a way, with the 3 true crimes that happen here that are incorporated in the book. And then my next book, I'm going to take 3 real crimes that happened behind me that I already know about and incorporate that story. So it's like I already like have this formula in my mind for this franchise and this movie and this. It's crazy. Like
That's awesome.
Yeah, I have delusions.
And if you do make a movie, we know you.
Well, no, so the thing is, to write a movie script, it costs anywhere from $4,000 to $20,000 that people won't
Holy good gosh.
Yeah, so I'm like, nah, it ain't
That's
happening.
just for the
So
scripts?
yeah, and that's not even a guarantee that it's going to go to production.
Like Netflix or whatever, yeah.
No, that's just not. That's just they write the scripts. Then you have to shop it from there. Yeah, it's like, so I've learned all about this business, and it's insane. Like, yeah, so I need to find ways around the business to make this.
Really?
I mean?
Yeah.
But it would be a great movie, and if you read the book, it reads like a movie. She actually wrote it like a movie, and the book's about a guy named Ryan O'Connor, who's a former comedy writer from Cincinnati, Ohio, who moves to Fort Worth, Texas, and ends up finding out his home's haunted and 5 people died there, and a former writer that he finds out died there, so he feels this connect. So it's basically my story that I just told you, but we just fictionalize it.
Is it audio? Is it an audiobook too?
We're working on the audio as we speak.
I'm not a reader, so audio I can do for the audio.
And so for the audio, my son is actually going to work on this with me, and he's going to do some sound design with sound from actually
like sound effects. Ooh,
yes.
like
No, like from but some from the real investigations, we're going to put the sounds of the REM pod going off and stuff, and like we're going to incorporate the reality of the real stuff into the audiobook as well. Yeah, so
that would be really
creative
cool.
things too.
It's like that would be really cool to hear. Yeah.
So again, like this whole thing's got my creative mojo back into gear, and I now have a direction in my life because I was a stay-at-home dad with no direction after my kids grew up. Because I'm like, what do I do now?
You were meant
to.
I believe you're meant to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was meant to be here, and now I'm like, here we go. Yeah.
Walter.
So it's crazy. Walter.
Maybe were you alive when Walter passed?
Oh, you mean Harold? Probably.
Oh, Harold. Sorry. Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't I was thinking reincarnation as well, but no, because Harold,
okay.
77. I was born in 1971, so I'd have been 6.
Okay. Well,
but there's definitely a connection somehow, and I'm trying to find out what it is exactly.
Maybe you guys are cousins or something.
Or maybe he just wanted to help a guy that find a direction in life, because the Prince Carlisle story, when he abandoned his family, there might be some unfinished business stories that we're going to tell in the future.
True. And he knew you were going to be the one to do it or to finish the story. Yeah.
Exactly.
Really quick, I wanted to ask: are you planning to open up your house for investigations in the future, like Airbnb?
No, I've been warned. I've been warned by people not to necessarily open it up to anybody.
Not anybody. Absolutely, I agree. Yes.
So I am being very cautious about who I may let in. But I am open to. I definitely want more people in here because I want other perspectives. Yeah. I'm not just always the same people over and over again.
Yeah, you don't. Never open your door. You won't.
But I have to be careful. So I don't know. Like that's an issue my wife and I are struggling with internally because a lot of people want to investigate here. Yeah. So I don't know. So maybe y'all can guide me with that as well. So
I would maybe just I don't know. I would interview them, see if they have a channel, watch a couple of videos.
Yeah.
See what they are. Yeah.
I don't want like all of a sudden somebody coming out of this house and like
Instagram or
all of a sudden like the demon house from Fort Worth.
Yeah.
That happens, my wife will divorce me.
God. We don't want that.
No, I don't want that either. So anyway. But thank you all for letting me have the opportunity to talk to you.
You want to say where they can find you?
Yeah. Your socials.
My at Ghostwriterhouse, I think it is, on all and Instagram and TikTok. My son changed all that stuff, so I think that's what it is. And then for the book, it's Amazon.com. It's Ghostwriter by Jennifer Brasington-Crowley. The paperback is $15. We made the Audible. We'll make the Audible $3.17, but the Kindle edition is $3.17 in honor of Harold because he passed away on March 17th. And then also we released the book on March 17th in honor of Harold Monroe for inspiring this whole project. Because part of this whole goal is to get this house to be designated as a historical place in Texas. And it's going to be called the Kennedy Monroe House in honor of Anna Lubbock Kennedy for the Texas, Lubbock history, and then Harold Monroe's contribute, his Fort Worth history here locally. So yeah, that's the ultimate goal, is to get this designated as a historical place in the state of Texas. Yeah,
nice.
Awesome.
Wow.
The link for the book has also been posted
In the chat.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, everything's
Thank
in
you.
there.
Thank you
so much,
everybody. And the chat room as well, man. Brian felt
Super
the love.
excited for you guys. Yeah.
We're happy that you guys thought he was cool, like we thought he was cool. So thanks to you guys, you helped bring Brian back for a second episode. So
yeah, thank you. Thank you, everybody who watched. I appreciate you all for sure.
Joy and Joey, any
Future
upcoming
stuff?
things that you have going on?
We did one yesterday. I'm done for a while, man. I'm tired.
All right,
Last night was it. Yeah. You? What about you guys?
Us, at the end of the month, folks, you can see us like we have been saying. You can see Jen and Mondo 305 Paranormal
With War Party
at 𝗿𝗂𝗃𝗀𝗃 in Savannah, Georgia. So you guys can check us out.
Yeah.
We will be there at the end of this month. And the only new thing as well, Mr. 305 Paranormal, this guy right here, has officially joined TikTok.
Oh, I was going to say, are you doing that?
If you want to add me, you can go right on ahead. You cannot be the first. The first is my best friend in the whole wide world. But you can be the next.
So I will follow you. I will definitely follow you for sure.
If you want to add Mr. 305 Paranormal,
yeah,
cool. It's alive and well ready to go.
Not my follow, Mondo.
Well, thanks again, y'all. I gotta bail here.
Yes.
My wife's she's like, it's time for bed. Come on, let's go.
No worries.
I gotta go. But thank you for having me again, and I will definitely talk to you soon.
All right.
We're gonna wrap up. All right.
Bye.
Please remember, if you want to get spooked, hit the notification bell. Please hit that like button, and feel free to comment on this episode. Tell your friends, tell your family, come watch Spook Close Ghost. We'll see you guys next Sunday.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.